guys, and welcome back to GBN. I'm Todd Carter. I'm your host, and we have an exciting show today. This is right up my alley. It's something that I'm looking forward to. So we have Grey Shealy with us today, who is with our Sumter Chapter, and he's with Greybird Medi, and we're going to get to talking to him here in just a second. So what we want you to do is, if you're watching on Facebook especially, make sure you click on that, accept the terms so that Facebook can communicate with our software so that we can see who you are. If you ask the question, it's StreamYard.com/Facebook, and that'll give you permission on there. You don't need to do it on the other platforms that you're watching on. But guys, I want to see a bunch of questions today. So if you have any questions for me or Gray or GBN or we don't want to get into the election from last night. But anyway, if you have any questions, just type them in your comments, and we'll be glad to get them online. We do want to thank our sponsor, which is Strand Law Group. They are your trusted choice. They do real estate, law, probate stuff, wills, trust, that kind of stuff. They have two locations in the Grand Strand. One is in Myrtle Beach, one's in North Myrtle Beach. You can reach them at 843-492-5422, 492-5422, or you can get them online at greystrandlawgroup.com. So without further ado, let's get Gray in right after we do the show open. So. Hello, Gray. Welcome to GBN.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to tell you guys something funny here right quick, that when we talked about the new studio and getting back started, I was actually at Sumter, the chapter at Grey, and I said, hey, if you guys are interested in being on our show, let me know. Gray came right up to me. He said, I want to be on there. I said, good, we can do it virtually from Sumter. And he said, oh, no, I'm traveling to Myrtle Beach. We're going to be on the show. You wanted to see the set. So
that's it.
So welcome to our home.
Thank you so much. I told you before, but I love it. It's an incredible thing to build here. It's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited. We still got a little ways to go, but we are a lot further than where we were. So that's a good thing.
That's it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. You mentioned it. I am from Sumter, born and raised. That's it. Yeah. I went away for a little while. Went to college in Columbia at USC.
Hold that against you.
And then I moved down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi for a little while and got my master's down there at Southern Miss. Moved back to Sumter in 2017. And then I met my wife then. Didn't know it then, but I met my wife. We got married. And then this past year, she gave birth to our daughter, Scarlett. She's 6 months old.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So you're with Greybird Medi, and you guys started out doing mainly video production, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But we know you offer a whole lot of other things. But let's focus on the video stuff right now. Tell us about those. I know there's a lot of things you do, but just tell us about some of the services that you offer and what people could hire you for, basically.
Sure. A lot of the video business we're doing right now is corporate based. So I started doing this. All started in Southern Mississippi, doing recitals for students. I'm a percussionist. That's what I went and got my degree in, and I needed something. No one had any type of something there to film this with that I spent a lot of time on. So it started there. We started branching out into real estate, still offer that. Then started getting into the wedding industry, still offer that as well. But a lot of what we're doing now is corporate based. So training videos, plant tours. The one I was in Greer yesterday, and what we're doing there, this company offers a material that they're going to start putting on vests to dissipate heat, because apparently body armor, there's no way to dissipate heat. So they need a way to show that and take it to market. And that's a lot of what we do right now on the video side. We also offer video podcasting. We're getting into that realm. A whole lot of stuff. It's tough to remember all of it and fit it all in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like with GBN and GBN Live here. There's so many things that I want to do that my mind just constantly is going that I want to offer to our members. Because it doesn't need to be just about that weekly meeting. It needs to be, what other things can we do to help you grow your business? And video is one of them. And that's why we're doing GBN Live.
Sure.
And I will tell you something. I don't even know if I told you this or not, but I used to play the bass drum in a bagpipe band.
I don't
because I'm
remember
part
this.
Scottish.
No.
And so, yes, I play the bass drum.
That's
which
awesome.
is stupid because that means I carry the heaviest drum
This is
or the
very
heaviest instrument in the whole band. But it is what it is. But,
Yeah.
and I actually miss it. So I actually brought the Highland Games here to Myrtle Beach, where that's the Scottish event. Where they throw the big telephone poles and everything. So yeah,
You do that too?
I have done that. It's not easy.
I bet not.
You think it is, but it's not easy. After 4 back surgery, no, I'm just kidding. So you're talking about these corporate videos. I like the fact that you said that you do the company tours or the facility tours. Tell me a little bit more about that, because that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So, we've all kind of gone through COVID and stuff like that. People are just now kind of getting back out to traveling and things like that. Some of these companies, like the one yesterday, they're based in Australia. A lot of their company members from Australia can't come to America to see it. Their higher ups do, but they want to see it and see what they're doing, things like that. That's what those videos are for. There's another company that we worked for in Wisconsin. I did a year-long time-lapse video for them, flying a drone around this new plant that they were building. They can't come down every week from Wisconsin to see it, so they hired me to do it. Things like that. It's really helpful. It saves them on travel costs, hotel expenses, and things like that when they can just hire me to go check this place out, send it to them so that others can see what they're talking about within their company. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, that's exactly his aim, because what Gray is trying to do is do an amazing video for those people down in Australia. So they send him down there.
That's right.
That's right. So he can video tour their facility.
Telling my secrets.
And a free vacation.
That's it.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember your wife's name.
Sarah.
That's right. And Scarlett.
Scarlett,
your daughter.
Yes, sir.
So Sarah and Scarlett, get ready. You're going to Australia or something.
That'd be awesome.
It's not going to cost you anything.
Awesome.
So that's awesome. So let's go back. That's crazy. But that is pretty cool. So let's talk about you mentioned the real estate videos with your 360 videos and the drone. I know that is so popular, and it's almost a must now for real estate listings. If you don't do that, then you kind of are behind the 8 ball.
100%.
So
that started off when I started first looking for a house. And in the real estate game, there's all kinds of stuff out there. A lot of people take really bad pictures, really bad lighting, things like that. But I found this one for a house that I couldn't afford, but it was a 3D walkthrough, and it blew my mind that you could do this stuff. So I had to figure out how it was done. I bought the equipment, and I offered that service, and it does. Again, it saves time, saves money, because the real estate agent doesn't have to walk every single person through. They can click through to see, oh, this is what this room looks like. This is what it looks like coming out of this room, things like that. It's super helpful to the consumer. It's super helpful to the agent. It's super helpful to me because I'm making money off of it. So it's fantastic. I love offering that service. Same thing with the drone. It gives you a different perspective of a property that you're trying to sell. One that I'm working on now in Sumter is a 1,200-acre field. It's just a field right now. But what we can do is I fly that property, and I can show potential investors, because they're trying to build a subdivision, where the property line is. I'm not a surveyor, but I can give you a rough estimate based off of the surveying map, and then give you visual ideas graphically off of what could potentially be there.
And it also, well, you're right. And it also shows the things that are like ponds or streams or even terrain issues that they're going to have to deal with instead of walking.
Exactly.
That's right. Well, I actually had a client to send me one of these that they had seen years ago, well, a couple years ago, that I really like, and I got to figure out how to do it. They did a drone footage. The drone came down and went straight to the front door, and then stopped and turned it into a 360 video to go through.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, send me that. I'd love to try and pick that up.
I don't know how to do it. I've tried. I even reached out to the company that did it, and they said they wouldn't tell me.
Whoa.
I'm still mad at you. But anyway, but how cool is that? You see the whole, because the drone footage doesn't just show that property, it shows the community around it.
Exactly.
Which is pretty cool.
Yep.
But I love that where you watch the video and then it goes down and then turns into interactive, and
And that's kind of what we're doing right now with that company that I'm working with in Sumter. They have several subdivisions, and they want you to be able to see the bigger picture of what that subdivision currently is, and then you come down and you do see. It's not transitioning like that. That would be super sweet.
Awesome.
That's awesome, but it's something similar to that. This is what it was the model home that I got to tour, but this would be what you might purchase from them.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears a little bit with the video and talk about live events, because that is with COVID, churches jumped all over it because they had to reach out to their congregation, and that also it bumped Zoom up.
Yes, it did.
I mean, Zoom went insane, but it also generated several other companies out there with software and different techniques that you could come in with, and you're starting to see a lot more live shows like this as opposed to just podcasts. But tell us about some of those, because I got some news to share with you once you
oh boy
once you explain it.
Yeah, so that really you said it. COVID kind of really pushed that side of the business further along several years in advance than what it was. And what we do now is hybrid events is kind of what we're into. So there will still be people meeting. There will always be people that meet face to face, but there will be some people that can't afford to come to a location. Like you said, I could have remoted in from Sumter, but I could make it down here today. There will be people that can't come to the location for whatever reason. They can't afford it. They can't be there that day, something like that, but they could sit at their laptop and still be a part. That's what we offer. We bring all of this equipment to the area. We set it all up, film it. You can see things in the room, or if you're back home, you can watch things that are going on in the room, stuff like that. We also do just straight up virtual events that a lot of it has been school district related. And we've worked in Philadelphia, we've worked in Florida, a lot of different places, but people are still skittish about like town hall meetings, but they need to get this information to the community. And this is the way you do it. You tune in from your home. We do kind of like you do here with the graphic overlays, things like that. Switch it back and forth with slide decks, and it's a whole lot of behind the scenes work. It's so much fun. I absolutely love this stuff, live events.
Yeah, it is really cool. So here's the cat out of the bag a little bit. I have a vision. I'm sorry, Deb. Deb Zimmerman is one of our board members, and she said, "Oh my gosh, Todd again." But sorry, Deb. Anyway, so eventually, I would love to do a GBN convention, and this is when we get much bigger than we are, even though we have grown so much in the last year. I want to do a GBN convention that brings people from all over the area together, and in that convention, have people there that do video work that shows what can be done to help promote your business. Have people that do certain softwares that any business could benefit from, and have those type of events going on. And then, of course, networking with each other. But have that kind of event. I'm gonna introduce you at some point to a buddy of mine named Dylan, and Dylan has an online ticketing and event software company.
Whoa.
So what he does is, because of COVID and so many people downsizing, he does virtual conventions.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't do the video end of it, but he does the ticket sales and everything else, because you think about it. If I were to send you, if you work for me and I sent you to Orlando for a week-long convention, then you've got hotel, minimum $150 a night. And if you're there for 5 nights, that's I don't know how much that is. You got 500. That's $750 for just your hotel.
Yeah.
You have meals. You have airline tickets to get down there and everything else. So if you could do an online event, and it's not the same environment.
Sure.
But if you had that online event and you sold those tickets for $250, then the company is going to be able to get better speakers. They're going to be able to get better sponsors. They're going to be able to reach more people. And it saves you a lot of money, but that would be something that if you have a company that approaches you about doing the video work, you guys could possibly team up and make a much huger event.
It's not just that. It's not just the video work. So with that conference, going off of what you're saying, you're going to need sound. You're going to need lighting.
Right.
You're going to need projection.
Yeah.
All of that. We do that as well.
Well, we're going to talk about that too.
We are.
So guys, stick with us. We're going to take a quick break right quick. And remember, if you have any questions, or comments, put them down in your comments below, and we'll be glad to get those on air because Gray's like me, likes to talk, so we'll be able to get a lot of those answered questions answered. So stick with us. When he comes back after the break, we're going to talk about some of the other services that they offer at Greybird Media, and you're going to be excited. So stick with us. GBN Live. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Justice Ann. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for, 30 years? What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today.
All right, guys, welcome back to GBN Live. I'm Ty Kirkner, your host, and we are excited today to have Grey Shealy with us from Greybird Media. And I want to also thank our sponsor again, which is Grand Strand Law Group with offices in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. You can reach them at 843-492-5422. They're going to be your trusted choice. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments below so that we can get those on air, because we'd love to hear from you guys. And also accept that StreamYard prompt that comes up so that we can see who you are when you come in here. There you go, StreamYard.com/Facebook. So, Grey, we've been talking about all this cool stuff that you do with video, but I want to hear about these photo booths. Now, I know what photo booths are. I've been renting them to certain places. You go in there and you have some silly props and stuff, but you have some cool stuff that you offer with yours, and I want our viewers to hear about it.
Yeah, 100%. So all of it, everything you just mentioned is something we do. We do the props, we do the photos. We have 3 photo booths right now. We have a digital one. I gotta say it before I forget. I'm gonna hopefully drop a bag on you like you did to me just a second ago. We have a digital one that just does text and email straight to your phone. So you don't have to wait around for it. It's coming right there.
So you get the photo right away.
That's it. That's it. It doesn't print. But then we have one. We'll do that as well, but it will print. So it'll print either the little, you remember the arcade strips?
Oh, yeah.
Little 2x6 strips, or we can do 4x6, 6x8. Like there's all kinds of different
He
stuff.
called them the arcade strips. I love it. That's exactly what I would have. That's exactly what I would have heard them
remember the arcades. But yeah, that's what it is, a little arcade strip. And then we just got one. It's a 360 booth. They're super, super popular. You stand on a platform and it does a video, and it just spins around you, and you shake it or do whatever you need to do, and the video comes to your phone. So
Tracy, let's switch to camera 2. Well, you can't really see our table too much, but it's about the size of this table, and it may be a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. No, it's about this size. You can fit about 4 people standing on there.
So what, 3 foot, 4 foot in diameter?
Something like that. Yep.
And it does a
360. Spins around, and you can sit there. We can brand it. We can put overlays. All 3 booths we can put overlays on top of. We can customize it. We can actually, on the back end of things, you get all of the photos that anybody takes, but also you can, if you opt into it, how they get it sent to them. If they email it or if they text it, that all comes to you in a Excel spreadsheet, and then you can take it for an email campaign or, hey, thanks for coming, something like that.
That's great marketing.
It'll also do surveys as well. So, hey, do you like the event? Do you love Todd? Let us know. That kind of thing. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You know, the one thing that we do need to share, we got to have a disclaimer here that if you have a party and you consume a lot of alcohol, you cannot get the 360 booth. We don't want you flying off and smacking up against the wall. So that's our disclaimer.
Incredible. Yeah, that's it. But let me drop the bag real quick.
Okay.
So before the break, we were talking about virtual events,
right?
Virtual things like that. The photo booth will do the same thing. So everything that I just mentioned, minus the 360, you have to be there for that. But like a conference that you go to, the GBN thing that you're working on, it'll brand it. It'll do all of that stuff virtually. So you at your home can take a picture and you'll still come in, because that's something we can do as well. Take all of the pictures and display it on a screen so that you can see in real time who's taking the pictures, who's falling apart over there, stuff like that. But you can actually see everybody, and you're part of the event.
That's pretty cool. So for those of you who are not familiar with what the overlay is, it's like what we have around our, let me see here, how am I going to do this? It's what's around, it's hard to do. It's what's around us here in that area. There you go. It's what's around us, those graphics around us, the lower thirds here that have our names on them. It's that kind of stuff. So he can brand it with your logo. You can brand it with comments, what the event's name is.
The booth can be branded. We can wrap the booth. We can get custom backdrops. We can make custom props. It just depends on what you want to do. We can do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know that you mentioned weddings. That's where a common place is for you to see these kind of things or corporate events. What other types of locations are you seeing that may be a little out there that these 360 video booths are you're seeing them at? Where are people putting them?
Weird places, like out in the middle of a field. Okay, and it's got nothing to do with a wedding or anything like that. It's just out there. Hey, come up. I think it might have been part of the corn maze or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Halloween time. But I've also seen them on the side of a mountain. I haven't done anything like that. Like mine have just been basically weddings and corporate. But in my research, that's where I've seen it. It's been very strange places. The issue with the 360 is you kind of have to have
power.
Flat. You do have to have power, but you do have to have a flat ground so that people aren't slipping and sliding, and the arm doesn't pick up speed as it spins around and stuff like that.
You know, that would be a cool thing to have at a birthday party.
Yeah, we do birthday parties there. Yeah, we do birthday parties, charity events, nonprofit stuff. We're doing Sumter's getting ready to have the East Team Festival. Mm-hmm. We'll be out there for that. I mean, if you have an event, we can probably get you some way.
That's cool. Now you can take those pictures. We talked about sending it through your phone or whatever. You can also turn them into a GIF.
You can't. Well, the booth will
take GIF, like an animated GIF. So
the booth will do photos. It'll do videos. Actually, we've done video guest books. So like weddings.
Wow.
People will come up, grab the microphone. Hey, we're so happy for you.
That's cool.
And it's a cute little memory. Instead of just signing the guest book, you get to see. And that's my passion with video is you capture these moments. You get to see and hear what these people were like, because I'm a history nerd. I like to look back on my family and things like that. It would be awesome to hear what my great grandparents sounded, that kind of deal.
That's cool.
So yeah, we do that, but it'll also do boomerangs, which is a little second or so of video that'll replay immediately.
Wait a minute. Let's try to do a boomerang here. You want to?
Okay.
So,
yeah. What are we gonna do?
Just whatever you want to do. I'm gonna do one. You do one.
Let's go. Move and move back and move. That's it. I've never done a live boomerang.
That's pretty cool. So that's just, I don't know. That's cool. To me, those things are cool. I like doing stuff like that. I love technology. He says he's
having mature advance.
I know. But see, this is why we do GBN Live, guys, because you get to know the business, you get to know what they do in this kind of environment that is, you're not yet doing your 10-minute or your 60 seconds at your meetings each week. So you guys got to get on GBN Live because this is pretty cool. And you can use this video to send to your clients so they know what they're dealing with.
That's right.
So let's move past these photo booths. I really like it. That's the cool memories. But let's talk about you offer DJ servicing too.
Yes, yeah. So that's part of it, and that's branched from being able to offer entire sound systems for these live events, conferences, things like that. I told you at the top that music is it's a huge passion of mine, and that has just kind of spun out of it. So most of the DJ stuff I do is wedding based. I have a couple corporate events and a few nonprofits, but mostly it's geared to weddings and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun. I've got one on Saturday. We're gonna have a ball because the music that they've selected, I'll play almost anything. I won't play WAP, that song. I'm not playing that. Right. I won't play it. But these guys are very similar in taste with what I like to listen to personally. So it's going to be a ball Saturday.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, but with your DJing, you don't just play tunes through a laptop. You do a lot of other things too, like the uploading and dance floors.
That's right. Yeah. So we do all kinds of atmospheric lighting. We can do. We're trying to get into cold sparklers. I don't know if you've seen those. For the people that haven't, the cold sparklers, it looks like a sparkler like you hold on the 4th of July or something like that, but you can actually touch them, and it's okay to use them inside. I want to only use them outside, but people use them for their exit. They go 10, 12 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like they are super cool.
And that really reduces the fire danger too. They're called cold sparkles,
cold
right?
spark fountains. That's it. And you can also do a bunch of different stuff like dancing on the clouds. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a dry out.
Yes.
The couple will come in their first dance and will just cover the floor in this cloud like atmosphere. But yeah, it's much more than just doing it from a laptop. I have a controller. We try and beat match things and mix things in. It's way more than just like a playlist too.
That's really cool. I have a little set of questions here that let's see. Can we do it? All right, it's time for rapid fire, guys. We're going to ask you 10 questions right quick, and just short, quick answers is be good. Okay. What was your first job?
I worked at the hardware store.
You have to think about it.
Yeah,
you had to work where?
I worked at a local hardware store or something.
Oh, a hardware store. There you go. I've done similar. Yes. Are you a night owl or an early bird?
Night owl.
Night owl. I'm unfortunately both, and GBN kind of pushed me that way a little bit.
The event industry, most of this stuff's happening at night. So
that's true, but I'm up by 5:30, 7 days a week.
No.
That does not give you permission, if you're watching, to call me or text me at 5:30 in the morning, but I am up. So a dog or a cat person?
Dog. Yeah, we had an English bulldog for a while.
Ooga bulldogs.
Yeah, well,
I know you're a game chicken. You're a game chicken, but that's okay. They did win this weekend.
That's right, dadgummit.
Both of us did. So, dark or milk chocolate?
Ooh, milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate.
I don't like the bitter. No way.
Either. I'm the same way.
Oh.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
I think most people with blue eyes, their favorite color is blue.
Okay.
I don't know why. Where did that come from? I don't know. Favorite word or phrase?
Oh, gosh.
I love it when we stump our guests.
Tough.
Is that like tough or is that like tough? I don't care.
No, it's like tough. This is really going to suck.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Favorite movie?
Goodfellas.
Oh, good movie. I like that.
Yeah.
Favorite song or artist?
That is tough. That one is extremely tough. But I'd say right now, Post Malone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Haven't had that one before. That's cool. I like Post Malone too. I used to be all about the music. That was maybe the REO Speedwagon in Chicago, all that kind of stuff. And I love country music as well, but I still always seem to go back to that for some reason. Your favorite vacation spot?
The mountains.
The mountains?
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. I love
I like the mountains too.
Yeah.
And your favorite mobile app or something that you use regularly?
It's not, well, I don't know if they have a mobile version, but I use Canva a whole bunch. But let's go with GBN.
Oh, GBN.
How about that? How about that?
That wasn't what we were looking for, but that's good. That's good. So, well, cool. Thanks for playing rapid fire there.
Sure. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So before we wrap it up here, Gray, tell us about GBN and what it means to you, and not just GBN, but referral networking, and why are you a part of a referral networking organization?
Sure. Yeah. My business, a lot of it takes referrals, as I'm sure most people's do. But the big thing with me versus GBN, I've been in Chamber of Commerce and things like that, and I'm still a part of the Chamber of Commerce, and it's great. It's hard work in there. And not that GBN is easy, but GBN, every week I get to sit in front of people that I know are trying to find business for me or people around me. That is huge for me because it's not passive. We might think about you from time to time. They're actively doing it because I actively do it. Luckily, we just bought a house recently, and I've been able to use a lot of the people in my group, and I can tell people in my network, they've done it. They do it at my house. Our pest guy just came yesterday to my house. That activeness, not the passiveness, is what I absolutely love about this group. The people in there are extremely, they're connected in that community in ways that I could have been if I probably stayed, but I'm trying to get back to now. And they're actively trying to find me business like I'm actively trying to find it for them. That I love it.
That's a great answer. I love the, our philosophy is friends first, business second. And I truly, it's funny because in my position as executive director, I get to go to all the chapters at some point or another. I'm not at all of them every week by any means, but you can go into the chapter, and when you see that being worked the way it should be, man, it's just crazy. I mean, I love it when you go in there and tough guys, they don't hug a lot, but you see that a lot when you walk into a GBN chapter and two guys go up and say, "Hey man, how's your week been?" That kind of stuff. And then we get together and go to lunch or whatever. It's really cool. So I like that. I greatly appreciate that answer. That was awesome. So, but anyway, guys, GBN rocks. And let me tell you, next week, you want to tune in because we have Casey Brannon with us, who is with Casey Brannon Photography. Yes, she has red hair there. Sometimes you'll see her with a mohawk, whatever. But she is an amazing photographer. She does really, really good work, and she's somebody that I think that you would love to get to know. She will be on our 10 a.m. show. And then we have Megan Cook, who is with Simplified Screening. They do employee screening and background checks and things like that for screenings. Megan was just promoted to one of our area directors in the Myrtle Beach chapter, or Myrtle Beach market as well. And so she'll be joining us next Wednesday at 11 o'clock. So stay tuned for those as well. And Gray, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, I was looking forward to this interview, and I'm so glad that you're part of GBN. I'm so glad that you got to be here. If I had a lot more time, I'd be on the camera helping you out because I love this stuff. And I'll give you one more quick thing that how I started in it. There used to be a place here in Myrtle Beach called the Myrtle Beach Opry. It is where yesterday's was, across from Studebaker's, if you remember any of those places. Well, Tommy, you wouldn't, and Tracy, you wouldn't either back there behind the scenes. But Studebaker's was a dance club, 50s, 60s music. Yesterday's was a dance club, more hip hop type stuff. But before it was yesterday's, it was the Myrtle Beach Opry, and it was very similar to the Carolina Opry.
Okay, yeah.
But it was the Myrtle Beach Opry, and I ran a camera there for the company on there, and man, have times changed, guys. You can't see our 4 cameras we have in here, but they're about this big, about that tall. The cameras that I used back then, I'm not kidding you, were about 3 foot long, and they were probably about 1 foot tall. And it was all one person could do to carry that camera. But it was pretty cool. So times have changed a lot, but I love doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to work out. So guys, great. Thanks so much again.
Thank you so much,
coming. Guys, remember, it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.